Well, it's June of 2024. Yeah, we're 6 months into the year already, and I hope everything is going well for all of you out there. And today I thought I'd just talk about a little channel update, some of the trips I've been on this year already, some of the trips we'll be doing coming up soon, and also some new gear that I've used this year, or going to be using this year. So talking about some of that new gear I'm using in 2024, there's 3 items I want to talk about. First is the Flextail Zero pump. That thing is amazing. Didn't think I'd really see that much of a difference between using that and the Giga pump I was using, but for the weight, it works great out there in the backcountry, pumping up my sleeping pads and deflating them. I probably like that more, is the deflating part of the Flextail Zero, because I can get all that air out of it and it just helps wrap up that sleeping pad just a little bit more than just trying to push all that air out. Number 2 is a new tent from 6 Moon Designs. So once again, I'm an ambassador for 6 Moon Designs in 2024, and they sent me the Lunar Duo. I've only got to take it out once now, and that was at Hetch Hetchy, and it's got plenty of room for 2 wide pads. Yeah, you're hearing right, 2 wide pads fit in that perfect. So if you're looking for a tent for 2 people where you want to fit 2 wide pads, that Lunar Duo is it from 6 Moon Designs. And then last but not least is a new pack that 6 Moon Designs also sent me. It's the Flight 30 Ultra. I got it mainly to try some ultralight backpacking and also use it for day hikes as well, but I've got a trip coming up in the next few weeks where I'm gonna try it out for ultralight backpacking. Hopefully I can fit all my gear in there. If I can't, I'm gonna have to switch it back up to the Swift X or the Minimalist. I'll just go whichever one's lighter. But hoping to use that Flight 30 Ultra for a nice ultralight backpacking trip. Well, let's go over some of those trips I've already been on this year. It's been a great 2024 so far. One of the most recent trips was over at Hetch Hetchy Reservoir in Yosemite National Park. We got to spend 3 days, 2 nights back in there. It's a beautiful area if you've never been to Hetch Hetchy. Great year to go because it was a high water year, and there was just so much water in the waterfalls. Everything was flowing. It was great. We've done a Death Valley trip this year. That was more off-roading. Got to experience a lot of the spots in Death Valley that are out and about in the sort of the sticks that you just can't drive up to in a normal car. We get to see Lake Manly, which happens every 50 years or something like that. Didn't get to go on it. There was a lot of people there and they didn't want anybody out on it anymore, just so you don't leave footprints out in like the flats area. So we didn't get to do that, but got to see it at least. That was cool. We've done many Joshua Tree trips this year. Man, I love Joshua Tree. I used to not like the desert at all, but I've just got a new appreciation for that desert hiking and backpacking. I love it out there. What else have we done? We've done Forks of the Kern. Actually, that's the most recent one, Forks of the Kern, and unfortunately the water was so high in the Little Kern we couldn't cross, but still had a great time down there. Got to do a little fishing, no catching. Water was too high, too fast, so couldn't do that. Just really hard to fish the lures correctly there. And then done a couple Sierra trips with my buddy Andrew. Had some great fishing up there so far. And then just some day hikes in there as well. Just some great day hikes. Look at this. El Dorado Park. Great little park to hike in, just local to my house. Love it here. So let's keep going down the trail. I'll tell you about some of the trips upcoming for the rest of 2024. So as this video comes out, I'll be actually on one of the trips I'm mentioning, and that's Little Lakes Valley, going up there for 4 days. That's gonna be amazing up there. I just got a text message from a guy I know that just went up there, and he said the trail is almost all snow free. There's one water crossing where you're gonna get your feet wet going over Long Lake. Mosquitoes aren't bad. That's great news. So we're gonna be doing Little Lakes Valley coming up. We're gonna be doing many Sierra trips hopefully coming up besides fishing and backpacking. Hope to get up there. our local mantis I'm looking at right here, San Gorgonio mantis, hoping to at least get 4 or 5 trips out of that one through the end of the year, because it's beautiful up there. Dry Lake has a lot of water in it. Dollar Lake has water. All the creeks are flowing. The springs are flowing. You can't beat that. Coming up in August is the big trip of the year. Haven't really told any of you about it yet, but we're going up to Olympic National Park. We're going to be backpacking, I think it's 5 nights along the coast, along the North Coast Trail, starting at like Shishi Beach and then going down. We're just going to be taking our time, enjoying the campsites there. I'm really excited because it brings me back to one of my favorite backpacking trips, which is the Lost Coast Trail. It's got a similar feel to it. I've heard great things about Olympic National Park, and we've also got some time to explore up there and see other parts of the national park as well. We tried to get so many different permits this year. We tried like the Cascades, Mount Rainier, a lot of them up there in Washington. We tried Glacier National Park, and I kept striking out. Tried the West Coast Trail up in Vancouver, struck out on that, and you know what? This one came to us, and I'm gonna love it. I think we're all gonna have a blast up there. We gotta fly, of course. We're gonna be flying up into Seattle and then driving up to the trailhead, get a rental car. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And on top of that, just some fishing trips as well up in the Sierra. There's gonna be lots of places up there to fish that throughout the year, you know, just the Bishop area, Bridgeport, Mammoth, June Lakes, all that type of stuff. So for the rest of 2024, it's going to be a great year, that's for sure. And who knows, maybe we can sneak in a Utah trip as well. I'm hoping for that one. Look at that view behind me. Gotta love El Dorado Park. It's nice living to such a beautiful area within 5 minutes of home. But that right there is going to do it for my mid-year channel updates for 2024. Why don't you leave in a comment below what your favorite trip is of 2024 so far, or some upcoming trips you got going on. I always like to hear what everybody's doing out there. Hope you guys are doing well. Have a great rest of 2024. Until the next one, thanks for having me.